We wanted to be able to provide a safe space for adults to try something new that's very hard.
Wheels of progress are being set in motion on the streets of Boston.
We see this as a solution for a lot of things that are plaguing young people today.
Two organizations, Women Bike and Bikes Not Bombs, are pushing to change the landscape of cycling.
If you could lift this pedal a little bit higher.
Women Bike is a decade-old program run by the city of Boston.
Red light! Oh, it's so close! Green light!
It encourages women to learn how to bike or learn new cycling skills.
Coming out to an event like this can be really scary for someone who's never, felt like they could never learn to ride a bike before, and to come out and be able to do that. We just try to provide, a safe and comfortable environment for people to do that and provide lots of support along the way.
Kim Foltz runs the program and begins every 2-hour session with a welcome circle.
So welcome, everyone. We're so excited to have you here and to be back in Franklin Park.
After a quick safety lesson,
air, yes. So you want to squish the tire, the tires to make sure it's not too squishy.
It's time to get the wheels turning.
You can find the pedals or let yourself roll.
From women who want to use the bike as their mode of transportation, like Phoebe.
I don't have a driver's license and I don't have a car. And I would really love to be able to bike around Boston. And so this is kind of to build up some street skills.
To moms who want to bike alongside their kids, like Rakia.
Inspired because my son just turned 6 and he asked me how to ride a bike, and I was like, Mom can't teach you how to ride a bike. So in order to teach him, I have to learn how to ride a bike myself.
I get to see what it's like to ride a bike. And that's what I like about riding a bike with my mom.
I want you to keep looking forward.
The class is a learning experience for all.
This is my favorite part of my job. It is just so inspirational and so joyful. There's no other word for it. Just to see people who think that they will never learn how to bike, and they come here and over the course of an hour or two start to pedal for the first time. And it never ceases to just bring a smile to my face and to everyone else's here. There you go.
From women learning to bike to kids earning a bike.
Well, I may have cut this one a little short.
Bikes Not Bombs is dedicated to transforming the lives through the bicycle, with a special focus on helping marginalized communities.
I think I'm off by 1 lane.
The Earn a Bike program invites kids of all ages to learn the mechanics of a bike and refurbish a bike. By the end of the 5-week program, they get to take that bike home with them.
It's nice to know that the bike that I've been working on this whole time, I get to keep it, because it's like the first bike that I've ever worked on and learned all these things about bikes, and it's like a keepsake.
Executive Director Elijah Evans says the program is more than just learning the mechanics of a bicycle.
I think once you've conquered something you thought you couldn't do before, it makes other things that feel insurmountable a lot easier. And so I think that sense of confidence is really valuable and intangible, and that happens here in our programs. I think a sense of confidence, a new set of skills, the independence that you have by being able to bike anywhere in the city. You don't have to pay for anything.
Breathing new life into bicycles and turning them into tools for empowerment and change.
I'm more confident that if I were to have any problems while riding it, I would be able to fix simple things with it myself. I'm confident that I'll know what's going on.
And after kids complete a bike school program, they can become a youth apprentice where they teach other kids about bikes, begin working in the shop, and learn about community organizing. And back to Women Bike, the classes are offered from April through September in neighborhoods throughout Boston. Registration is required, and you can find that link on our website. Up next, brokering peace on the streets.